Okay, folks, it's September the 3rd, no, actually September 2nd, and I'm popping on here real quick to give you an update on the FAFSA for next year. I know many of you are still trying to figure out what's going on this year, getting the semester started for fall 2021, but October 1st is right around the corner, and that's when the FAFSA for the academic year 2022-2023 is going to be available. So what are you going to need to apply for financial aid for the 2022-2023 academic year? The year 2020 tax return information, as well as other documents to help you fill out the FAFSA online. The worksheet is available at studentaid.gov, and so it's the draft 223 FAFSA, but the worksheet should be enough for you to start getting your stuff together to complete the FAFSA for next year. If you are still in high school and you're applying for financial aid for the fall semester for next year and it's your first time applying, one of the reasons why you want to complete your FAFSA on the 1st of October is not so much for federal aid, but if you're planning on going to a state schools also use the FAFSA to allocate state funding. So state funding is less than federal funding, so it's bound to run out faster than the federal funds will. So to be fair, most schools will award state aid based on when students completed their financial aid application, which I absolutely agree. I think that's the fair thing to do. The catch-22 though is that if something is missing on your application, or if it's selected for verification and you've not submitted the supporting documents or information that the school is asking for, your application is incomplete until the last document to confirm or verify information is received. So if your application is selected for verification, or your school, any one of the schools that you apply to requires or requests additional information, your application is incomplete until that information is submitted. So the best way to avoid having a late start or a late incomplete application is to review the FAFSA worksheet and make sure that you can answer all the questions correctly. So collect your identifying information, your social security card if you don't know your social security number, make sure you have an FSA ID, username and password, make sure that you're talking to your parents, that you have access to their income tax information, that you have access to their social security information, or that they're ready and willing to provide that on the FAFSA, that they have their own FSA username, ID, and password. I'll be making more videos to help along with that, but this one is about getting you ready to complete that FAFSA, and that's why I'm here. So as any other application, you're going to have to complete your identifying information. So if you don't know your name, your date of birth, your social security number, now's a good time to figure that out. You're going to need it for the rest of your life. If you've not had a conversation with your parents about how much money they make or how they file their taxes and whether or not they file their taxes, this is a good time to have that conversation and to start setting realistic expectations for what you can afford to pay towards your education. The FAFSA forecaster is not set up yet for 2022-2023, but it should be ready after October. Just keep in mind that you can complete your application, send it to the schools of your choices, and still complete the FAFSA forecaster and finalize your conversations with your families after that. So we do have some screenshots ready, so I'll start putting something together to go over the most common mistakes, and also to go over the draft PDF so that you can have an idea of what that looks like and what information they're going to be looking for, as well as another video on their site, what that looks like and how to navigate it and why you should navigate it. If you can jump ahead and go visit their website, click around, read everything, you're going to be ahead of the game, because you would not believe the number of students and parents who have not read that information. Everything that you can possibly think of asking, or even those things that you have not realized that you need to ask, they've already answered for you. And they've posted those answers on their website. You just have to read through the information. If you're a returning student, it's going to be a little easier to complete the 22-23 FAFSA online, because you've already established your personal identifying information. So all you have to do is log back into the FAFSA website and initiate the 22-23 application, carry forward all your identifying information, and just use the data retrieval tool to pull in your parents' income tax information. Or if you're not eligible to use the data retrieval tool, talk to your parents, have them input their information. If you worked and filed taxes in 2020, have that information ready, use the data retrieval tool, or have that information ready to enter it manually. Whatever it takes. It's going to be several steps less or easier than if you were applying for the first time, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't prepare and be ready to complete that application in October. The sooner you get it done, the faster your school can process and verify and package your financial aid information and have that ready for you. That's it. That's all I'm covering in this video. Just know the FAFSA for 22-23 is coming up and will be open and ready to go October 1st, 2021. You will use 2020 income tax information and current year asset information to complete that. So watch the next video or subscribe, sign up for notifications so that you know when the next video comes up. But I'll keep posting those videos as quickly as I can film them, edit them, and upload them. So until next time, have a good one.